Yeah. You ever watch a system eat itself? Watch close. I'm running the gang, got the funds on lock. Fake meals for kids, but the cats don't stop. Sign says Learing, yeah, we skip the end. Nick Shirley came knocking, caught us slipping again. Empty rooms, no toys, doors locked tight. But the money kept moving out of sight. They say it's for the children, swear it's legit. Funny how fast the truth gets split. Fraud queen, that's me, living lavish and free. 250 million, baby, come get with me. Kids, they try, but the accounts run deep. Fraud queen, crown stays clean. Amy Bach in that house, call her the boss. Contract stacking while the kids take a loss. Federal freeze, too late to undo. Money long gone, different latitude. Yo, epidemic in North, got 10 years in the pen. Cyrano took 4, still smiling again. Buck Tash out, 17 and a half. Damn laundering millions like it's part of the plan. Ghost state cash, cashing no kids in the frame. Vital video blowing up, putting us in the shame. Wall say oversight, Omar puts the bill. Keeps calling racist, but the money's still real. Feds freezing funds, Cash Patel on the hunt. But we boogied overseas, now that's the stunt.
Hey, what's going on, Tech Nation? Welcome to the stream. So, I mean, if you guys haven't noticed, I do create my own music for these videos. Hope you guys enjoyed Fraud Queen. This Somali scam, this Minnesota scam with these daycares. I'm not sure if you guys have heard. I mean, it's been all over the news, but allegedly, there are a bunch of Somali-owned daycares in Minnesota that are basically scamming. They say that they got children, 60, 70, 80 children, and then they're getting government assistance for food and things of that nature, subsidies for these kids that they allegedly do not have. So Nick Shirley, he's the one that did all the legwork on this. He went to Minnesota. He went to daycares. He's knocking on doors, trying to figure out what's going on. So we're going to do a reaction to this. We're going to watch it together. And then it looks like after the fact, CNN came back and interviewed Nick Shirley, kind of hit down a little bit on what he was actually up to. So this is not a political channel at all. I like to call out BS on both sides of the aisle wherever we see it. So we'll do that together. But without further ado, let's jump right into the content here. So here we go.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going. What do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside this building.
Potentially the largest fraud scandal in U.S. history is taking place in Minnesota, as literally billions of dollars have been funneled through Somali-ran fraudulent businesses.
Bills,
So much fraud,
housing,
it could actually almost replace the entire GDP of Somalia. These fraudsters have worked hand in hand with the Minnesota government as they enabled billions of dollars to be given to fraudulent businesses.
That's big, guys. You see that? What they're alleging is that the money stole just from Minnesota in fraud is more than the national GDP of Somalia themselves. I thought they were like pirates. I thought they had a better GDP than that. But that's just me. That's what they say.
Underneath welfare purposes, some of this money eventually landed in the hands of terrorist groups in Somalia like the Al-Shabaab, and others enriched themselves all at the US taxpayers' expense. And in this video we will break down all of the fraud.
Alright, accusation. So if that is the case and this money is going to terrorism, that's bad. That's real bad. Again, this is just Nick Shirley. I haven't seen any, real investigation. I mean, there's no there yet. We'll go ahead and keep watching the videos that we find out. I know there are some investigations. I know that after this video that the White House has launched investigations, and there's stuff going on in the background. But let's continue.
From start to finish, from going to the fraudulent businesses and confronting the people who are making millions of dollars from the government. And we will also be confronting the incompetent government leaders who let this fraud happen. And to make this happen, I met up with a man who's been doing his own investigation for years now, as he has seen the fraud firsthand. His name is David. Let's get into this and be prepared to be shocked.
How deep is this fraud here inside of Minnesota?
It is far worse than anybody can imagine. You heard it's 7 to 10 billion and maybe more, and now the numbers have been revised and put out there publicly that they think it's more like 8 billion. How I got involved is that where my office is here in Minneapolis, I'm sort of in the heart of all of this fraud, and I would see these child care centers. I said, well, there aren't any.
Yeah, so I'm just taking questions while we're going through this. So why does Nick open saying he's exposing a $1 billion scandal? That's true. I mean, that's a big number. We have to, I guess, see more what's going on. Is it tens of thousands? Is it millions? Is it really, a $1 billion scandal? So that's a good question. Let's continue.
Kids there, it's the middle of the day, and all I see are a couple of guys standing out front smoking. And then I'd go by another daycare and I'd see the same thing. I said, well, where do these kids play? And so I started to go online and look, and I said, this place is licensed for 80 children. They had 0 children. Every time I went by there, they never had a single child there. Then I started to see all these transportation companies going around.
Is it going
and it was always a Somali driver. And I said, well, that's great. They're out there transportation, contributing, but they never had a passenger. Never, ever once. And I said, well, what is all this transportation? What are they doing? So then I found out that in Minnesota, they have something called non-emergency medical transportation. So this is going to the dentist's office, therapy, whatever it might be. And I said, well, how many of these companies are there? And the research came back that there are 1,020 of them, and more than 800 of them are Somali-owned. Nobody from the state of Minnesota ever cross-checks to see if any rides were ever actually provided. All they did was write the check.
So right here we have all this paperwork. And how are you getting all this information about the fraud?
A lot of it is through my own research. And then I have some contacts at the Capitol going back many, many years. And so the data that I'm getting is 100% accurate, coming directly from research done by people at the state Capitol.
All this paperwork right here, what are we looking at?
The areas of fraud that I have numbers for are mostly related to childcare. This is massive fraud that is beyond anyone's imagination, the scope. And so, for example, there's a childcare not far from here in Minneapolis that has two childcares listed at the same address. And together, they're licensed supposedly for 120 children. I have never seen a single child there ever, and I've been by that place at least 100 times.
These Somalians, these groups are setting up these daycares, these childcare centers, getting money from the government, but there's no kids.
No kids.
No kids.
Never had any of them.
Insane.
They're all fraught with violations, and even though
No kids.
they have these
That's crazy.
violations, they're still in operation, and they're still getting money. And it's millions of dollars for every one of them every year.
And who's getting...
You know, and there's a lot of government programs. People got to take advantage of those programs. So there's a lot of money just sitting around, just be taken. Apparently, the Somalis found that money and they are using it to their full advantage. However, you know, if you're in need, yeah, I mean, that's what government assistance is all about, right? You're in need, you're struggling, you need help with this or that. You know, if you're in a program where you can't afford to buy meals for your children or clothes, and Minnesota provides that, that's great. But, I mean, if we're talking about, like, fake companies just steal from the government, that's big, right? And so we got to look at, like, okay, first off, you know, we got to look at their business, we got to look at their license, we got to look at, are there children in these facilities? If not, what's the immigration status of the people running these companies? Because, you know, one thing that I hate, they're like, oh yeah, you know, this illegal person who, well, when I say illegal person, I'm talking to somebody who does not have the correct documentation to be in the country. And the first response is to, oh, they broke the law, deport them. How's that punishment? Oh, you broke the law? Let's go home? No. You got to go to jail first, right? So if this is legitimate scamming, these people need to be held accountable to the letter of the law. And then, but if they're not scamming, they might have a defamation thing against Nick Shirley. So, again, let's just keep watching.
The money, and where are they getting the money from?
So we have a thing called CCAP. It's a blend of federal and state money. The bottom line is it's taxpayer money, so it's state money and it's federal money. And the problem is the people at the state of Minnesota are the ones writing the checks. This is kind of the maddening thing is you have daycare, so you have adult daycare, and then you have child care, and then you have health care. And a lot of these same names keep coming up on all of these different...
Adult daycare? Okay. You guys can explain that one to me. Maybe in the comments or something. I know I got a lot bigger follower on TikTok, so if you guys would just respond and let me know what the hell is adult daycare. We'll continue.
Types of businesses. And then, of course, we have the transportation, and a lot of those same names appear, a lot of the same addresses. There's one building that has 14 Somali healthcare companies at the same address. There's another building in St. Paul that has 22 Somali healthcare businesses at the same address.
Oh my God.
And the government knows about this.
The government knows they're writing the checks. Yeah, the Democrats over there just writing the checks. What has happened is that the Somali community is a very closed community. They will not speak to anyone outside the community and talk about what's going on within the community.
I mean, if you're scamming, right, yeah, why would you tell anybody anything? Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. They want to mess it up for themselves. And they come from, I don't know, I'm not against Somalis per se, you know, but let's look at every country in the world. Let's look at like what they've done to better the world. And then let's take Somalia. What have they done to better the world? I don't know. Maybe you guys can answer that for me. I'd love to see your comments.
You're saying, look, I've got 100,000 people in Minnesota that if I do something for the community, they're going to vote for me. And that's what it's all about, is getting the votes. And then the people here in Minnesota, you hear this term, Minnesota nice. I'm so sick of that term. The people here are so afraid of being called a racist or an Islamophobe. And they're afraid of their own shadow. And I don't understand.
Yeah, that's terrible. Especially, you know, the whole cancel culture going on. You're tiptoeing, you're walking on eggshells, you're afraid to say what's real. Especially if you're across the pond. I mean, if you're over there in, like, you know, London, you know, where the tea is good and all that, I mean, they're walking on eggshells. They're going to jail for Facebook posts, guys. It's crazy. They cannot, the Magna Carta and all, a lot of our rights when we came to this country and built this foundation came from them. And then they're the first ones to go back and just, no rights, So, I don't know, guys. You shouldn't be afraid to say what's real. Information should be real. It should be free. We should be able to be free to exchange ideas without worrying about being canceled or worse, right? So, and especially nowadays, worse. Look at Charlie Kirk, right? He gave his opinion, and look at that got him. So, all right, continuing.
This is our future generations are going to have to pay for all this fraud, and they just want to bury their heads in the sand and go on and just not worry about it. Tim Wall's saying there's organized crime in Minnesota. What did he do about it? Nothing. You got organized crime? What are you doing? This is the Minnesota law, which mandates that anyone who knows of fraud and is a state employee must report that fraud. It's Minnesota Statute 3.971, Subdivision 9. Not only that, but Walls is also guilty of
So I got to pause this a lot. It sounds like that they're reporting the fraud. It's not that there's not a lack of knowledge of the fraud. Even if Tim Waltz had that memo that said, hey, organized crime, guys. It's the lack of willing to do something about it. And from what I heard, is a really big Somali population in Minnesota, and I think that's a large base of Waltz's support. And I'm just spitballing here, but that's what I've heard. If I'm wrong, again, that's where the comments go. Let me know. But if that's the case, it could be a slight, let's look the other way and get these votes, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Conduct of a public employee. When I look at the world as a whole and I look at fraud, the Twin Cities is ground zero. The fraud is worse here than anywhere else ever in history. Anywhere.
We're going to go confront these people. We're going to go to these daycare centers. We're going to see what's actually happening.
Okay, so we have to be careful because these people are very violent. They're exceptionally violent.
Now, with all of David's evidence, we headed out to the streets of Minneapolis to see how much fraud we could uncover in one afternoon.
Where are we going now?
We're going to a place called Mako Child Care, which actually has another child care registered at the same address called Mini Child Care Center.
So we should see lots of children if there's this child care center, especially if there's two.
The two of them combined are licensed for 120.
And how much money have these child care centers received?
None of those vans have moved in 6 months. None of them. In 2020, one of them received $1.3 million. In 2021, they got $987,000. In 2022, they got $714,000. That's the last I have for that one. And then the other one, $1.604 million in fiscal year 2025. Fiscal year 2024, they got about $800,000, and in fiscal year 2023, they got $904,059. This place right here. Yes.
We're outside of it.
Well, this is actually two daycares are registered here. One of them is Mako, which you see on this sign. The other one is Mini Child Care Center. And between the two of these child care centers, they're pulling in about $3 million a year. And there are no children. Every facility that you go to, the windows will be blocked out so you can't see in. There's nobody here. You won't see a single child at any of these facilities.
There are indeed no windows. All the windows are blacked out right here. All right, let's go in.
No.
And the child care center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell?
Okay,
Try
so
to get
this
in,
is at
ring the doorbell.
midnight.
Nobody showed up. They're open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. It says
Well,
here
it
on
says
the
7
sign.
days a
Yeah,
week.
there's
I was going to say, is it a Saturday or
nobody
Sunday?
here.
It says 7
And
days
this
a
building
week.
here, right here, has generated millions of dollars. And it seems like business isn't even open right now, and it's a weekday. And if this was a daycare center, it wouldn't just be in some industrialized building. There would be maybe like a playground or something outside, or...
There's no play area for the kids.
That's true.
So,
chat, yeah, so
where are the kids? Where's anybody?
Yeah, well, where are the kids
How
and
can there be
where's
nobody
the
here?
playground?
And
There's
it's
always a
like
playground
this
at a
every
daycare, right?
single day. I've never seen a single child here in 9 years, I've never seen a single child at this building. Right there.
Oh, then now it looks like we
Video
already got
authorities
the Somalis
confirm
coming.
fraud.
Yeah, they're coming. The
Because of
word's
the next
out.
video.
Hello,
Well,
is this your
yeah,
daycare?
that's the confirmed.
Can you tell us why there are no children? Have you ever seen children at this child care center?
Doesn't know if she's ever seen a child here.
She's a no.
All right, let's go to the next location.
How do you not
And
know
the
you
fraud
worked there?
only gets more from here. Make sure you stay till the very end of this video to see exactly how much fraud we find by the time we are done. And before we go to the next location, I want to show you something super interesting about the flags of Minnesota. And here in Minnesota, if you take a look at the Minnesota
Are we
state
seeing fraud or
flag,
just empty buildings?
they recently
I
changed
think
it,
we're
and it very
seeing
much so
both.
resembles the flag of Somalia. And really quick, I want to tell you guys about the
Whoa,
sponsor.
whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on.
I want to show you something super interesting about the flags of Minnesota.
And here in Minnesota, if you take a look at the Minnesota state flag, they recently changed it, and it very much so resembles the flag of Somalia.
I mean, I'm trying to keep my tinfoil hat off here, guys. I mean, that's pretty close. Damn. All right, let's continue.
Somalia. And really quick, I want to tell you guys about the sponsor of this video, Opus Clip. What used to just be an AI
Watch
clipper
this.
has now become the most powerful AI growth tool for creators. Right now, over 10
Nick put the work in. We deserve to go ahead and play his ad. So we'll go through it.
million creators and businesses have used Opus Clip to help them gain over 60 billion views. I've used Opus, and I've even had my friends use it, and it helped my one friend with nearly just 100 followers get a video up to 30,000 views. And it's super simple to use. All you do is you upload a video or copy a YouTube link, and Opus will do the rest, and it'll come out with tons of viral shorts for you then to choose from. And Opus just came out their new AI editor 3.0 that comes with smarter auto framing, better virality scoring, and new captions. And I've said it before, but Opus is so simple that even my mom can use it.
And if I can use it, I know you can use it.
Okay, she can
And
use
right
it.
now, for you guys
I can
watching
use
this
it. Hey,
video,
maybe
Opus is
I'll
gonna
get
hook
some
you
more
guys up with a
viewers.
sweet deal. You'll get 1 week free and 3
1 week
months
free.
at 50% off. All I have to do is go to the link in the description of this video or go to the pinned comment down below and use code Nick Shirley. 1 week free and 3 months at 50% off. And now let's get back into the video. Now we're going to the next daycare center. How much money has this one generated?
This one, in fiscal year 2025, $1,042,059. In fiscal year 2024,
Guys, imagine you got a business, right, where you don't have to do anything at all. You just sit there at a empty building and collect millions of dollars. You know, I thought I was living the American dream, you know, because I go to work, you know, I got a family and stuff, and now these guys are living the American dream. Damn.
$1,059,078, and in fiscal year 2023, $727,336.
This next one is
I
literally
gotta be held accountable for this.
1 block away, and this one's also generated nearly $3 million in the past 3 years. Let's see if there's any children.
All right,
Let's
I'm
see if
sure
any of
there's
the
children.
buildings are
$3
open.
million.
Here we go.
Gotta be
We've
children.
arrived
Let's
to
go.
ABC Learning Center.
Oh, ABC.
All
Yeah,
the
that
windows
looks
are
legit.
blacked out. Let's see if anybody is here.
Now, you know, they say windows blacked out, but that may be to protect the children's identities, right? So, I mean, you're trying to keep the children safe from the outside people, but it's also not a strip club. It's a little weird.
This door is locked.
This
Oh,
facility
black.
is licensed for 40 children.
Oh,
0 children. I've come by this place 100 times. I've never seen a child here, ever. The only thing I've ever seen is someone standing outside smoking.
it looks
What's
very
crazy about
corporate
this is that
dingy.
last
It doesn't give
daycare
me
center
the vibe
is
of
that
a,
green building.
Of a daycare. You look daycares, you see like slides outside and a little playground and laughter. Nope, none of that stuff.
Building right there. And the other daycare center right now is right here. These buildings should be operating as they're receiving literally millions of dollars.
I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door.
Hello,
They're
Can we
taking their
speak?
job serious, okay? There's children.
I would like
Let's
to
see,
check a
let's see.
child in the daycare.
I hope for the best.
Can I speak to a manager?
Try it later. Oh,
Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare.
And after a few questions, the lady went silent.
Looks like
young Joey wants to go to daycare. Why can't young Joey enroll in ABC Learning
Like
Center?
little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here. And now where are we going?
Now we're going to Sweet Angel Childcare.
We're in the middle of a strip mall here inside of this neighborhood.
In fiscal year 2025,
why do some locals
this
defend the
facility,
centers?
which has its
No,
license for
do.
74 kids, was paid
Do people accuse Nick
$1.26
of racism
million
on camera?
in tax money. And there are no kids, and all the
To be
facilities are
determined,
the
right?
same way.
So
All
wait and
of
see what
them.
happens,
Let's see
guys.
if anyone opens.
Yeah, let's see.
Once again, I try to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door.
I want to put my son Joey in daycare. Cause I
Joey,
need a
he
spot to
goes
put
to
my
school.
son
Come
Joey.
on. Take care.
Is this your daycare center?
No, I work there. What's happened?
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the
Why
door.
would you put
You work
the
here?
child in daycare?
I was, yeah. What's happened?
Where are the kids?
Yeah?
It says it's licensed for 74 children. Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They
Huh?
got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74
Very nice
children.
Columbia jackets. I wonder
When?
what the
When?
fuck is that
Where are the
jacket?
kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website.
He has the latest
You
and
work
greatest
here and you
Apple
don't know?
EarPods going on
I
there.
don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
He's there. Kids there. What's
How
happened?
many?
I don't know. I
You don't know.
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay, well then you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
No. Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey.
Who's your
Can
son,
I check
Joey?
out daycare center?
I'm not my son. No. You're a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Because of my color. You
She's scared of him because of his color. Yeah, he's coming in as like the most non-threatening human being I've ever seen in my life. Now, the other guy seems a little more, like intimidating, I would think. But Nick, no offense, he's skinny, slender. He's not speaking in an aggressive manner. He's not being disrespectful. So where does she come off with, oh, I'm scared of you because of your skin color? What if he said that to her,
said you're scared of me because of my color. Does that make you a
God.
racist?
Yeah, no.
But
no.
you said you're scared of me because of my color.
I'm not saying you're racist.
You said you're scared of me because of my color. That makes you a racist. So right now,
Come on,
they're all
guys.
getting mad because he's showing the paperwork
don't
of
know
this
that.
business
Why can't we just get down to facts? Why's it got to be about what color you are?
being registered as a business.
Yeah,
74
but
children,
they're
not.
no children. We saw one child when the lady opened up the door.
So
But now
where did
they're
this
all
money
getting mad.
go? What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Ask
they
the
won't answer
owner
that
and the
question.
kids.
Well, then why are you talking
That's
for the
not my
owner
proof.
if you're
That's
telling me
not
to
my
talk
proof.
to the owner?
I'm sorry. I'm not understand what you're talking about.
Do you have a child here?
Well, chat, I'm starting
any-
to now have my doubts about the daycare system in Minnesota. I'm starting to think perhaps they're not all legit, But there is a Planet Fitness back there,
Buddy, where are the 74 kids? Did you lose them? Did you lose these kids? Do I need to call someone? Do I need to issue an Amber Alert for missing children? Are these
Amber
children
Alert.
missing? It's not my business that children are missing. 74 infants and
That's
toddlers,
Minnesota's
preschool.
business. Yes.
The proof's right there. There's no children anywhere.
Oh, look at all of them. They're just coming out of the woodwork, guys. Like, I was talking about
to the next
intimidating.
location.
I was saying that he's not intimidating, and the other guy might be. These are way more intimidating. Like the way they're yelling and getting so upset just from simple questions. Hey, where are the kids? That's not a crazy question when you run a daycare.
Have a good day.
As we continued to show the blatant fraud that was taking place here in Minnesota, Somalis started following us around the city.
And now we're being followed by the Somalis. This is another daycare center. Absolutely no signage, and there's no footprints in the snow of children playing outside. $5 million within the past
5.9
2.
million in 2 years. 5.9 million they received in 2 years. That facility right there.
That's life-changing money, guys. 5.2 million. Like, any of you guys, for me, I don't have to work again. $5.2 million. You know what I mean? That's good. You're done. And you just got it for nothing.
And now,
allegedly,
we have a group of Somalis telling us in our vehicle right now.
From this daycare center, we headed over to the infamous Quality Learning Center, which actually spells Quality Learing Center on the outside of their sign. That's how.
Okay. You know, I've been using verbiage like maybe, kind of, allegedly. This is the Quality Learing Center. The Learing Center. What is leering? What the hell is leering? You know what? Let's go to X. Let's go ask Grok. What does leering mean? I didn't say learning, I said leering. See, not even Grok knows what I was saying. I thought leering was a word to leer at somebody, but maybe I'm wrong. Well, somebody's not getting a quality education here at the Quality Learing Center.
How blatant this fraud is here at this daycare.
Wow.
Don't open up!
So this is Quality Learing Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center.
Don't open
They
up!
said they spelled learning wrong.
Don't open up!
How do you
What?
have ice here, ma'am? I'm
Whoa,
literally
whoa,
a
whoa,
YouTuber.
who's this Karen? Is she just like following him around with the phone and like, oh, you're kidding me right now. Don't open up. So she's gonna follow this guy around now.
Open up!
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Don't open up!
Is she getting paid for this? Like, or is she really that naive? Does she think she's doing the right thing? You guys tell me.
We have ice!
And what do you think about
Ice?
this place being licensed for 99 children
Did she just call him Ice?
and getting $4 million over the...
Do you think Ice cares about a locked door? I don't think Ice really cares about your door being locked. They're coming through regardless, and these guys are definitely not Ice.
Open up! It's ice!
$4 million in the last 2 years?
Go away!
What do you think about that? Are you in
Go
favor?
away!
Are you in favor of that?
Go away!
You know where
You're
the-
not welcome here!
Are you-
Shame on you!
Are you in favor of $1.9
Shame
million
on you! It's
going
ice!
illegally,
Don't open up!
fraudulently to this business that has Quality Learning Center but can't even spell learning right on the door?
Don't open up!
Ma'am, we are not
I can't
ICE.
even talk to her.
I don't care
She's.
who you are, you don't belong here.
I belong here just like you belong here.
You can't even
Don't
speak
open
with this.
up! It's
These people are crazy. You can't even have a conversation. Like, this is intelligent. You know, hey, do you see the sign on the door? Do you think maybe something's wrong here? Nope.
ice!
You do realize that there's supposed to be 99 children right here at this
99
building, but there's
children.
no one here. This is a child daycare
Minnesota
center.
says 99 children. Paid $1.9 million.
Don't even
this
talk
year
to
in
her because
CPS funding.
she's not
You know
there
where
to
the
talk to you
children are? Were they
guys.
kidnapped? They
She's
run
there
away?
to
Where are the
intervene.
children? This is state of Minnesota. Right here.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
And who are you with?
Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley on YouTube.
Yeah, so who are you with here?
Oh, he's just been doing some research investigating the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm with Nick Shirley.
She's got her camera held up like she's doing something. She has no idea. All right, so Nick Shirley, as you can see, he's got 1.39 million subscribers. They're all looking at her, just being ridiculous. Who's watching her little stream? 2 people.
This lady, she's calling us ICE. We're just trying to put law and order back in the streets of the United States. Get rid of all the fraud. Have you ever seen children at that daycare center right there?
Where?
Yeah, it's right there. It says the child, you've never seen daycare.
I haven't seen anybody in here.
We're gonna educate you on something. So what do you think about this daycare center? They spelt learning wrong. They've received over $1.9 million this year alone, and they're supposed to have 99 children here.
I don't see it.
99 children.
Have you ever seen any children here?
None at all. None.
This year they got 1.9 million. Last year they got 1.5 million.
Is this part of a bigger political fight? You know, I don't know, right? So I'm trying not to get into politics on this whole thing. It's just a matter of, it's wrong, right? So These people are potentially scamming Minnesota taxpayers out of millions and millions of dollars. People go to work every day, working hard, giving their income, so potentially these people can come in here and just take it for no reason. And so it's not a left versus right thing. It's a right versus wrong thing, and this is definitely wrong. Is how it feels.
And of your tax money for 99 children, we just want to know where are the kids?
Right.
Where are the children?
I don't see them. I've been here since 2017. I haven't seen anybody like that
Never
here.
seen a child here.
No, not at all.
And so you've
Many
never
years.
seen a child here for 8 years?
Nope, not at all.
And how does that make you feel knowing that this place is receiving $1.9 million?
Disgusting. I mean, what the hell? They stealing the money. That's a federal grant, too. That's, if they get caught for that, it's a federal offense. I know, I studied law.
And do you think Tim Walz should go to jail for all the fraud that he's enabled here in his state?
That's him doing this? Well, heck yeah. He's got to be held accountable for this.
I gotta agree, guys. So, again, this is all allegedly, potentially, and so we have no evidence of anything at this point. It's just Nick knocking on doors and people coming out pissed off, right? So, I know right now there is a bigger investigation going on, but if it's uncovered that that Walz had any part of kickbacks on this, he needs to go. If any of these people are not legit, again, they need to be held accountable to the law, and then we can deal with the immigration status. But if it's legit, then maybe they can file a suit versus Nick. But again, right now, this is looking pretty damning. When you knock on the door and you want to get little Joey into daycare and you can't do it, it doesn't seem very legit to me.
I mean, there's no rhyme or reason what's going on here. It's simple. It's nothing there. It's a parking lot.
And look, they even spelled learning wrong on their sign for a place that's supposed to be educating children.
That's crazy. I mean, who runs it? Who supposedly runs it?
Somalians.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
God. Well, yeah, it's just, I've never seen nobody here at all.
So how long have you been living here?
Since 2017, 2018.
You've never seen a single child walk in that building?
No, not at all.
So this daycare center is literally just a place to traffic money. $1.9 million just this year alone. And this guy's been living here for 8 years and has never seen a single child walk through those doors. There's no windows either.
No.
And the only window they do have, the door is blacked out.
We're still at the Learing Center, guys.
I've never seen anybody go in there.
Within just a few hours, we nearly approached $20 million in fraud, and we headed over to George Floyd's neighborhood to expose more of the fraud taking place.
This place
George
is called
Floyd's
Future Leaders Early Learning
Here we
Center.
go.
And it's licensed for 90 children. And in fiscal year
90
2025,
children.
they received $3.6 million. In fiscal year 2024, they received $3 million. So in 2 years, they got $6.67 million, claiming they have 90 children every day of the week, 5 days a week. So let's
these
find
people
out.
are making just about more money than NBA athletes.
And we don't even know if they're paying taxes, but we don't know
Can I get some of that? I mean, damn.
where this money is going. Is it going to terrorism? Is it?
It's crazy how hard the government comes after you for your tax money. I mean, if you don't pay your taxes on time, they will garnish your wages. They will put a lien on your house. They will destroy your life to get your tax money. And then they turn around and take it and they fund this kind of crap. I don't know, guys. It's a hard sell for me.
Where is it going? But it's theft, it's fraud, and the reason I'm involved is I want it to stop. I care about Minnesota. I'm doing this for the people of Minnesota. I don't make a dime.
Should
of
independent
all
creators
this
go do
time I spent on
investigations
this.
like this?
I put my life
Yeah,
at risk
I think.
several times.
Who
but
else
I'm
is doing them?
determined
You have to.
see this through and to
Nick is
correct
doing the public
what
service,
is
I think.
wrong, what is evil.
Here at Future Leaders Early Learning Center, this building received
Could this hurt innocent people? Potentially. So I've been hearing that they've been getting a lot of threats at these places since Nick's done these videos. So you know, if there is a real business that he went to and they are getting threatened, then yeah, definitely this could hurt innocent people. That's not good. Does the video respect privacy laws? Yeah, I think so. He's outside filming from the sidewalk. If he goes inside and they tell him to leave, he leaves, as far as I can see so far. I mean, he hasn't gone inside any place yet. So I don't think he's breaking any law.
Received over $3 million. Hello, how are you? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son little Joey here. Is there paperwork, or can I check out the daycare? No? Why can't I check out the daycare?
Martin's not here.
Okay, but if can I get paperwork or anything to submit my son little Joey to come in here to daycare? We'd really like to put Joey in this daycare. We've heard great things.
Yes, I'm sure she'd grip her children.
Business card?
No, I would like your business card, actually.
Right, you're the business.
Okay, can I speak with somebody? Where are the children at? Are there children here today?
No.
No children?
Yes.
Why are there no children?
2 o'clock next coming.
2 o'clock next coming. Okay.
Would my
So,
son, little
put it out
Joey,
there right
have
now.
friends to play with here?
That sounds totally legit.
No. No friends for little Joey.
Yes. Sorry.
Ah, dang it. Well,
No
have a
friends
great
for
rest of your
little
day.
Joey. Oh, poor
So,
Joey.
little Joey would not be accepted to that daycare.
Joey's still homeless.
Joey's still looking for daycare.
And
Poor
because
Joey.
little Joey couldn't get into a daycare, we went to an autism center, as they have been popping up everywhere as a rise of
We're going to watch this
autism has
Autism
occurred
Center
here
one,
in
and
Minnesota.
then we'll jump over to the CNN clip real quick and see what's going on there. But surely, if it's an autism center, they will accept a child with autism.
Because of the government funds that they're receiving, I tried to check my son Joey into an autism center.
We've been going to a lot of these daycare centers. We're trying.
And I'm sure for special needs, like, government's paying some premium price for this, right? And he looks like he's had many years of training with children with autism. I can see it, so I'm excited.
Trying to find a spot for our little boy Joey, but we thought maybe we could check him into the autism center.
Yeah.
Because none of the daycare centers are open. Yeah, and how many kids do you guys have at this autism center?
I can't give you a number now.
Like more than 5?
Probably, yeah.
Probably, so you don't really know?
Probably, yeah.
What do you guys think about like the fraud that's been labeled on the autism centers here? What do you guys do think about the fraud, or how come the autism centers are popping up?
I can't answer.
What news? Are you a news reporter?
My name's Nick. We're doing a little documentary trying to find little Joey a spot to put himself in one of these centers here, because there's
So why are you asking us about
the fraud. Yeah, because we want to make sure we're going to legit business if we're going to bring our.
So, okay, well, here's the other question. Why are you not giving him paperwork so he can enroll his child with autism into your facility?
Little boy Joey here.
This is not a Joey spot. Yeah. But that's our number on you. Y'all can call. But this is we can't let you guys in. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So once again, little Joey, he can't even go to daycare, and now they won't even accept him if he has autism.
And again, no kids. Couldn't tell you how many kids they serve.
After being able to provide no evidence of them actually being an autism center in a place.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and fast forward and pause this here. So apparently, you know, Nick he goes on and on and on and on, and he visits more of these empty places, right? So, but then CNN comes back and they interview Nick, and let's see what they got to say about it.
The Trump administration says it is now withholding all federal child care funding to the entire state. The agency said...
Oh, what a response. Okay, so... Okay, wow. Nick Shirley definitely made an impact. All right.
As the state receives $185 million for 19,000 children, and now that money will be gone. And the agency did not specify any alternate plans for families who will be affected. DHS and the FBI said they were surging resources to Minnesota to investigate what they called suspected fraud sites.
I'm all down for this, guys. They need to be doing this. Again, hey, if you're legitimate, you got nothing to worry about. This is doubles down. This is a good advertisement for you. They came to your place and you're like, hey, here's my children. We're trying to, learn stuff, lear stuff here. Yeah, we definitely need people, police, FBI, ICE, all these agencies in here taking care of this business.
This all comes in response to a viral video posted by a MAGA content creator.
Oh, really? So, I don't know. I've watched a few of Nick Shirley's videos, and he's not a MAGA content creator. He's just out there exposing these scams. And I think that's the problem, like with the reporting of CNN and stuff like that. They're just taking that and then they're trying to discredit him by saying he's a MAGA guy. He's not a MAGA guy. He's just a guy out there knocking on doors saying, hey, I want to enroll Joey into daycare, right? So I think this is just kind of a way to discredit Nick's work, and that's bad reporting. This is why nobody trusts mainstream media.
He claims that he uncovered widespread fraud by Somali-run child care centers in the state. CNN is looking into those claims and has not independently verified the accusations, but the Deputy Secretary of Health and Human Services is taking the allegations at face value. Take a listen.
Intrepid journalists have made shocking and credible allegations of extensive fraud in Minnesota's child care programs. We believe the state of Minnesota has allowed scammers and fake daycares to siphon millions of taxpayer dollars over the past decade. Starting today, we require a justification, receipt, or photo evidence before we make a payment.
Okay, well, that's a step in the right direction, guys. I mean, look at her face right now. She's like, nah, it's terrible. That's a great thing. Yes, photo evidence, receipts for everything. If you're getting millions of free dollars, I want a receipt for every dollar spent. Why not? Right? Now, I get some of that's going to go to staffing, obviously, but it's got to be in proportion with the amount of actual children enrolled in your daycare, and they got to be legit. So we need to start looking at receipts. You see the whole Elon Doge thing, with in the White House and stuff, and I agree with some of it. I disagree with some of it, but at the end of the day, the problem is across the nation, we're not checking the receipts. We're just giving money away.
However, the so-called evidence comes from a man who has posted anti-Muslim and anti-immigrant content in the past.
And again, see that anti-Muslim, anti-immigration stuff in the past. We don't care. I want to hear your facts. What did he say that's wrong? Let's get off the race bait and let's talk about facts.
CNN's Whitney Wild speaks to the man behind that video and takes a look at his claims.
Man, okay, here we go.
We're from CNN. Can we talk to you? This is MAGA YouTuber Nick Shirley.
They said it again. They're really doubling down that whole MAGA YouTuber thing. He's not. But
back at a daycare in Minnesota, he alleged was a fraudulent facility in a now viral video.
People are going to say this is a left or right issue, but no, fraud is fraud.
Again, that's why I said earlier, it's not a left or right issue. Fraud is fraud. I mean, this isn't a political thing. These people are literally scamming the system.
I'm not out here trying to put a twist on things.
Shirley's viral video, released over the weekend, in which he says he's uncovering tens of millions of dollars in fraud at Minneapolis daycares run by the Somali community, was retweeted by Elon Musk and Vice President J.D. Vance.
Okay, he's got some reach. Okay, retweeted by Elon Musk and J.D. Vance. Okay.
In the video,
this is why they're in
tries to
CNN right
open
now.
Locked doors and talk to people at various daycares he claims are frauds.
Did you come during their normal operating hours when you came to visit?
I came at 11 a.m., I believe, and I also came the following day later in the day. The point of it is not whether or not I came at the right time of their operation hours. The point is that blacked out doors, they can't give you any information. You call that number, no one answers.
True.
I'm trying to go inside, and there should be a way for somebody to actually be able to call that number and somebody be able to answer. These aren't real businesses.
But surely you don't think a daycare should just be unlocked. You shouldn't be able to just walk into a daycare.
There should be a reception.
No, every daycare is locked.
I don't know about that.
And so, okay, you bring up.
I don't know about that. I mean, I never had used daycare. I've been lucky enough not to do that, but I mean, I've dropped my child at VPK, and I've been able to open that door right up and go right inside. I don't know.
A fair point. Then why can't they actually give me information how to enroll a child?
Federal law enforcement.
Right. Yeah. Why can't he? Like, nobody gave him a form. So, oh yeah, sir. Because think about it. You're getting all this government money because you have all these children. Why would you, if it's legit, why would you not want to give him a form so he can enroll his child to get more money? Or maybe there's no children there.
Has been investigating fraud in Minnesota for several years. Both Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel said on social media they've indicted dozens of defendants.
Wow.
DHS has posted multiple videos of agents they say are conducting a massive fraud investigation.
Do you think that federal law enforcement hasn't done enough? I mean, they would say, look, these fraud cases have been going on, but they've already done like 80 indictments and cases.
No, they haven't done enough. Nick Shirley just went out in one day and did more than what they've done in who knows how long. Like, they've got a whole list of things to look at. And hey, let's start with the Learing Center, please.
Been going on, for years.
And why did I show up one day in Minnesota and go to all these daycares, no children, they're receiving millions of dollars. We uncovered nearly $110 million in fraud in one day.
How do you know that all the allegations that you're making are true?
How do I know that they're true? Well, we showed you guys what was happening, and then you guys can go ahead and make your own analysis.
Exactly. Here's our observations. Here's the video we came across. Make your own decision. You're trying to discredit this man. That they're working so hard, and then they just in the last clip just admitted, hey, there's a bunch of fraud in Minnesota, and there's all these different indictments. Why are they trying to discredit him? How about hey, that's right, that's the information. Let's go look into it. I don't see CNN knocking on these doors. Not one door.
I mean, so we can make our own analysis. Are you 100% sure you're true?
Yeah, I am 100% sure I'm true.
CNN is looking into Shirley's claims.
Hi, my name's Whitney Wild. I'm a correspondent for CNN.
Okay,
We reached out to several of the daycares featured in the now viral video. Only one daycare facility answered and said they are a legitimate business.
It said they
Saying
are.
that
Only one answered and said they are. Okay.
the videos, purporting that some of these daycares don't have kids inside.
Minnesota Republicans say despite the new focus from the Trump administration, they have been sounding the alarm on fraud for...
So this is how it turned political. So Republicans are agreeing with Nick, and so naturally Democrats are going to disagree. And it's the same thing. Like if, Obama was president and they found this fraud, Republicans would be like, whoa, hold on. So, but again, we got to get over this stuff, guys. It's not left versus right. It's right versus wrong. And, at the end of the day, these elites, the way I look at it, they don't care about any of us. So it's not a left versus right thing, guys. We got to stand together. And when we see our tax money going just to fraud, we got to jump on this.
For years.
We have talked about fraud. We have gotten stories. We've tried to push this forward every way that we can.
At the daycare where Shirley showed back up, a stream of children walk inside.
You're saying that this is a fraudulent daycare. There's kids being dropped off right now.
Yes, the Commissioner of Children literally said a week ago this place was closed. Did you know They're showing face right now.
A viral video, disputed claims, and their full fallout remains to be seen.
Dozens of fraud cases that DOJ is touting began during the Biden administration. Back in 2022, the U.S. Attorney's Office for Minnesota announced 47 indictments for this massive fraud scheme. Since then, they've indicted more than 30 more people, and in total, they have secured at least 56 convictions. Whitney Wild, CNN.
That's big, right? 56 convictions.
Minneapolis.
The group chat is back to talk about all of this.
Okay, I don't really care to hear these talking heads, so let's check this one out and see what he's got to say.
When he says, why don't you go target other audiences, other communities? From AP in Newsweek, Rob, if you can pull up this article, you know which one I'm talking about. We read about this yesterday. AP citing the U.S. Attorney's Office for Minnesota reported that Somali Americans made up 89% of those that had been charged in connection with the case of December 19. Trump has repeatedly criticized the state's large Somali community in recent weeks.
And I don't care who the hell it is, Somalis or whoever. If you're scamming, man. So we got to take care of this.
All the fraud that's happening, 89% of it was tied to that community. The new allegations follows a series of fraud cases involving government programs in the state. The firestorm over alleged mass fraud began earlier this year and intensified in December after the state acting U.S. attorney said $9 billion or more in federal funds allocated to 14 state-run programs since 2018 have been stolen. Again, 89% was tied to Somalis. We don't care what nationality you are. We just want to know who's doing it. If you come to America, you assimilate, you make the place a better place, let's turn you into a flippin' hero. But if
Right, exactly. And you know what? There's a lot of people who do that, you know? I mean, a lot of gas stations out there, but they're providing jobs. You know, you come to this country, you assimilate, you know, if you're trying to chase that American dream, start a business, and then you hire people, employ people, man, that's great for the community. But if you're stealing from us, well.
If you come and you steal from taxpayers, and you have the data that came up, Rob, which is so frustrating.
That's frustrating.
That says 10 years after, you know which one I'm talking about, the chart I sent it to yesterday. Folks who lived in America, Minnesota, for 10 years plus, what percentage of them were still taking welfare or social, social programs that we have? 78% were 10 years after living in America, in Minneapolis. What do you mean 78%? 78%. These are numbers and stats that are out there. Rob, if you don't have it, I'll send it to you so the audience can see this. And by the way, while I'm looking for this, can you do me a favor while I'm looking for this, Rob? Can you play the clip of that one guy saying, yes, you white man, yes, you white girl, you go work.
You know, and I came into this trying to give these business owners the benefit of the doubt, right? So, using the correct verbiage, right? You know, like, allegedly and maybe and this and that, but a lot of indictments.
While I'm paying for this, yes, you know which one I'm talking about. I sent that to you yesterday. And
the entitlement's insane from these people.
The level of boldness. What is the energy while you're talking to this guy in that video? What happened afterwards? Did he leave? Did cops come? Did security come? What happened afterwards?
A whole mob of Somalis came. Like, they stopped the street and they just started honking.
People?
Probably at least 10.
And
or
were
so.
did they at all at any point try to hit you, swing at you, or no?
That guy kept coming after me, and security had to keep getting in front of him.
Your security or his security?
My security.
So you had to hire security for the second time around you went to Minnesota.
Oh yeah, I had to get massive security for this video. I had 4 people with me because of how crazy these people got. I mean, literally, they pushed me. That guy pushed me.
I mean, I've seen. So I mean, I watch a lot of video, a lot of YouTube, and I've seen like YouTube videos of people who travel to Somalia, and there's a lot of good people, but there's also a lot of bad people, a lot of bad areas you don't want to go to. And again, Somalia is synonymous for their pirating and things like that. Now, the new government there that has taken over is anti-pirating, and so they're like, hey, you know, we don't want to be part of that, and they're trying to do the right thing, so to speak. But, you know, when the scams are more than the GDP of the country, that's a problem. That's a big problem.
Me off the street. He came after me, and you see they try to call you Islamophobe, racist. I'm like, well, answer the question. Where is Safari Transportation? Is it right here? Because the address says it's right here from the state of Minnesota, but it's a wiring company. It's for money, and he wouldn't answer the question. They can't. They know fraud's happening. Like that guy,
right?
Dang well knows that fraud's happening inside his place. He said, "Are we the only community that commits fraud? Are you only coming after us because we commit fraud?" And
yeah, it's pretty wild. This is the clip of a guy, and we verified on X to see if it's real or not. This is a Somali guy. Look what he's... Folks, if you're wondering, like, hey, be fair with this community, be fair with that community, and all this other stuff, It's very simple. Find out for yourself on what they're saying. Watch the energy of this guy. What does this decrease your blood pressure, or does it increase your blood pressure? Go ahead, Rob.
You work all day. You don't got Thank you for working so hard so I can be home all day, free. I can use my EBT, go to work for me, white boy, white girl.
This got to be AI. This can't be real.
White animals.
He can't be dumb enough to come on, like, social media, Instagram, and say this shit. Especially the Trump era. You know how fast they're going to cancel your EBT? Oh my god. Apparently they've got away with so damn much. You just think he can come on here and blatantly talk crap. And I'm sure that he's already paying for this.
Work for me. And the U.S. government they work for me. All of you work for me. Now go to work.
By the way.
Okay, yeah, no. My blood pressure just went up. Oh,
I showed this to Jake. I said, is this 3D? He starts laughing. I said, is this AI?
Yes, is this AI? Because how could you say that?
He says, Pat, that doesn't look like... Every second he's watching it, he started going like, maybe it is AI, because this doesn't sound right for somebody to talk like that. Then I had Humberto and Rob look into it. Then we went to Grok, because, you know, it verifies the videos. That's an actual video.
Oh, Grok.
There's another video, Rob, of a guy that's at Home Depot.
Wow, we'll start
and a
doing
Home Depot employee is getting upset at these guys, and he says, do you have our kind of cash here? Let me throw some cash your way. Let me throw some cash your way. Did you see that clip? I texted to you earlier. You should have it. I just sent it to you again. If you check your your text, you'll have it. While you're doing that, Rob, can you pull up that chart? And I'm going to go to Nick on this one. If you can pull up the chart. So this is the chart. This is a very important chart, guys.
81%.
81. Can you tell them what this chart is, Nick, please?
Yeah, so this chart's showing the population of Somalis inside of Minnesota compared to native households. And you're having 81% of the Somali population is on welfare, and 54% on food stamps, and 73% on Medicaid.
Okay, so
it's
I'm all about immigration the right way. You know, my wife's Filipina. She came to this country correctly. We brought our son to the country correctly. We brought 5 members over this country correctly. We brought somebody. It took 20 years to get to the system. We brought it correctly. So I don't mind immigration, but, like, you know, when you're doing the paperwork, if you guys have never gone through, like, real immigration paperwork and doing it the right way, you have to name the address of where you're going to go live. You got to name who you're going to live with. Who is going to pay the bills? You know, because they don't want you to come here and go on welfare. That's not what you're coming here to do. So, you know, these people, you can't just come to the country and just get on welfare. That's not what we want you here for. We want you to come contribute, not take.
It's not even, and I'll tell you why there's so many and why they're able to do this is, for instance, just take the daycares, for example. So a Muslim man, he's able to have 4 wives. Okay. They go and work at these daycares. They don't actually get any tax. They don't get any, how do you say, like, to get taxed. These people don't actually get taxed, or they don't actually file that they're working. So they're just getting paid cash, as you saw in the video. And so then when they go, to the office and whatnot, they're able to say, well, we need money because we're not working. And so you have 4. You could have up to 4 wives all collecting welfare, if for one marriage.
That's true. That's insane.
Yeah, and they're all living inside.
I thought you could have 1. I thought that was the law. Is that not the law, guys? Let me know in chat.
At these communities, and so their money is just getting funneled around. Literally billions of dollars is getting funneled around inside of these communities. And
has Minnesota paused funding because of this video? Yeah, they have. You see that earlier where it said Trump paused all funding to Minnesota for all these programs. Are politicians using this for political gain? Politicians use everything for political gain. Obviously, the right is going to beat the crap out of the left over this one, right? And as they should. But if it was the right doing it, then the left should beat the right over the barrel with it, right? Is he blowing his right out of proportion? I don't think so. This is a big deal.
And they're also collecting welfare on top of it. So they don't pay for their food. They're not paying for their housing because they're all on welfare. Meanwhile, they're getting cash because the money they get from CCAP, from these daycares, for instance, is all tax exempt.
Yep.
And just wait till I tell you guys about how they're moving millions of dollars to the airport and sending it back to Somalia.
Airport?
Yes.
Yeah. I had a whistleblower come on my new video that we're creating, and inside the Minneapolis airport for years now, you can even see it. Fox News covered in 2017. They have been funneling millions of dollars in cash through TSA.
Through TSA.
Through TSA.
I saw something about this. I'm trying to see if it's the same thing.
Yeah, I believe it probably is, because they've literally receiving millions of dollars, and they just send it back over to Somalia, and they just have to get to Dubai. They have to get to Dubai so they can then send off that money.
Yeah, here's a New York Post story, Rob. Minnesota multimillion-dollar daycare fraud reportedly stretches back to 2014, saw scammers leave U.S. with up to $1 million a pop in cash. Okay, so this story, tens of...
For you normal people out there like me, what if you seen $1 million? I haven't seen $1 million in my pocket. That's crazy. And these guys are just taking it, and taking it back to their country. Not only are they stealing from us, they're not even spending it here.
Millions of dollars in cash transported in luggage started flying out of Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport around a decade ago, with a marked uptick beginning in 2016, with travelers departed with a total of $84 million and another $100 million the next year, Fox 9 reported in 2018. The troubling report has taken an explosive new significance since the feds alleged a mind-boggling up to $9 billion of fraud scheme in which supposed businesses such as daycares were taken away.
I'm Nick Shirley, and you guys can find me here on Connect. Go ahead and ask me any questions, whether it be about politics, about what I believe.
All right, Hex Station. Yeah, so this has been a crazy story. Again, it looks like they are being investigated. The funding's been paused, which is a great thing. And so hopefully any of these fake daycares are being held accountable. They need to not deport anybody. They need to first off hold them accountable and give them a proper sentence for their crimes. And then when they finish that, you got to go. And if they're legit, then they're legit. Maybe there's some defamation cases there, but it looks like the vast majority of the stuff is not legit. It looks like there's been over 50 indictments, and they're just going on and on. So, but all right, Hex Nation, this was a good request. I look forward to reacting to the next video. Until then,